Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to yet another Super Jesus Jackson video. This one's interesting. Yesterday is a movie that came out in 2019. I watched it in theaters. I was really excited for it, per the trailers and everything, and I watched it and I was pleasantly surprised. And by pleasantly surprised, I mean I liked the movie. But actually, that was probably a wrong term to use, because I did think the movie was going to be decent. I mean, the premise alone is fascinating. This guy, he gets into a crash, and then the following day, everyone forgets the Beatles, except for him. Somehow, right? No one can explain it. No one fucking knows, or it can't explain how it happened. It doesn't matter. It's a fucking movie. And that's what this movie does. I love that. I love when movies just kind of go balls to the wall, just crazy premise. No, they don't give you an explanation or anything. They just present the movie, and you just have to suspend your disbelief, like we do with the majority of movies. And you know, I just love it. Some people gave it kind of a lot of shit for that, and I just was like, dude, it's a movie. Like let's go with it. It's a great premise, and I really enjoyed the film. There are specific scenes of the film that really resonate with me. I found the movie to be really emotional. It is a musical. Technically, there are musical, sequences to the movie. I mean, it's not like, everyone starts dancing and shit, you know what I mean? But there are points in the movie where, there's a song, you know what I mean? But one scene in the movie that really captured my heart and my mind, and it was really sentimental, pulled at my heartstrings, and really made me think. And the premise of the movie becomes so much stronger in this scene, I think. But it is the scene in the movie Yesterday where the main character plays the song Yesterday. And the movie, it's got Himesh Patel and Lily James. I love Lily James. But great actors. Really, honestly, the whole cast here, even the side characters are great. Very funny movie, but it also has a lot of heart. But yeah. I figured we'd, give this scene a watch, and for all you Beatles fans, hopefully this doesn't get fucking copyright struck or anything like that, because we know Beatles are notorious blockers. Not them, but their estate and their record label. Yeah, we're gonna give this scene a watch. We're gonna analyze it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you're gonna tell me what you think in the comment section down below. After, of course, we do our reaction.
Carol, come and look. I know Ellie said it was funny, but no one mentioned visual humour of this quality.
Jack! Oh my God, your teeth! Presents.
Yes, it's true. We have bought you presents. Well,
exciting.
They have, obviously. Huge work week.
Yeah. What do we have here?
Okay,
that guy.
Okay. Boom! Hey! Because you lost your teeth.
Yeah, I know.
That's why that's funny. Okay. Number 2. Because you got hit by a bus.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you? Hilarious.
One more.
I signed your name.
One more, yes. I don't know what this one could possibly be.
Oh my, neither do I.
No idea.
I mean, I'm thinking some sort of snow shovel or a tiny little giraffe with no legs.
Open it.
Okay. Wow.
Oh.
Because yours got run over by a bus.
We'll play something
Yes.
then.
Come on, play some song.
Let me get rid of this.
Hey, what's talking and rocking?
What is he doing here?
Yeah, you got sacked. He's staying with us, sleeping on the sofa.
That is a
Oh,
disaster.
Lord.
Yep,
That could last forever.
that's right.
And ruin your entire life.
Absolutely.
Really glad you're not dead, man.
He's got a new
Really
guitar
glad you're
and
not
a
dead.
song.
Love it.
Great guitar requires a great song. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it seems as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday.
What the hell was that?
Yesterday.
That was one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard.
Yeah. It's a bit soppy, bit sweet.
When did you write that?
I didn't write it. Paul McCartney wrote it. The Beatles.
Who?
The Beatles.
The what?
John, Paul, George and Ringo, the Beatles.
Which Beatles is this? The insect Beatles or the car Beatles?
The pop group Beatles. Nick, help me out here.
Right, yes. There's this problem with musicians. They presume everyone else has this encyclopedic knowledge of obscure pop and make you feel stupid when you haven't heard of bands, you know, like Neutral Milk Hotel or the Monophonics, or in this case, the Beatles.
Wow, this is the most complicated joke I've ever heard.
Nice song, though.
It's not a nice song.
No, it is, mate. Don't do yourself down just because you look like a cartoon character. It's a very nice
It's not a very
song.
nice song, Nick. It's one of the greatest songs ever written.
Well, it's not Coldplay. It's not Fix You.
It's not bloody Fix You, Carol. It's a great, great work of art.
Wow. Somebody suddenly got very cocky.
Oh my God, Jesus! Very funny movie, as you can as you were able to tell. So there's many reasons why I love this scene so much. Obviously, it's very lighthearted at the beginning. It's got a lot of, I love the the friend group that sort of teases each other, a lot. I love it. It's great. Those are the best kinds of people, right? For the most part, don't take it too far, everyone. The premise here, of course, he had gotten into a car crash. No one in this world, the Beatles just escaped, just like vanished out of existence. So no one has any recollection of the Beatles. The Beatles do not exist in this world. Everything, their history, everything. And this is something that I wish kind of the film, I guess if it was really going for it, like it should have kind of tackled like, how does music get affected with no Beatles? You know what I mean? Like what happens then? Does just, like what type of music because everything would have to change, right? Every single artist, Coldplay, you know what I mean? Like technically, which was referenced in this scene, they maybe would not have been here. They would be different, who knows? Like, and so I guess there's a question of like, whether some things would change, some things wouldn't. So that's, I guess, one thing that should have been a little bit more, should have been explored a little bit more in the film. Although the film's focus it's a romantic comedy, sort of. It's really sentimental. So that's not really, you could, I guess there's room to do a movie with this premise if you really want to go super into it and make it really methodical and really sophisticated. Not to say that this movie's not sophisticated, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So no recollection of the Beatles. This guy just plays Yesterday. Now, Yesterday is one of the greatest songs in the world ever written. It kind of puts you into perspective. Paul McCartney wrote it. Paul McCartney was a very attractive man when he wrote this song. I mean, and he was a member of the Beatles when he wrote this song. The Beatles were pretty famous when he wrote this song. And the fact that it's like, wow, what woman left Paul McCartney? Who hurt Paul McCartney? Although, I guess the song has some sort of insinuation that he said something wrong and that caused the woman to leave him. But also, he's sort of in denial. He's sort of living he still wants to live in this dream state where she just left for no reason. And it's like he doesn't want to admit that it was his fault. It's like it's a song of denial, but it's a song of pain and sorrow and guilt. And so it's probably a little bit more sophisticated than we think. The song is amazing. Okay, it's brilliant. I should probably do an analysis of it at some point. First of all, just the idea of someone playing Yesterday to a group of people that have never ever heard Yesterday, which I guess in today's world in 2023, I mean, some people would probably, some people do not have never heard Yesterday. You know what I mean? So I guess you could probably still do something like this. But, in this world where no one knows, and he plays it to these music loving group, right? And he's a musician, this protagonist of the movie. And Lily James like her expression, her whole face throughout this entire scene. And even the friend group, even the guy who's kind of a dick a little bit, who's the jokester of the group, he is really invested into it. He lets, he gives the time for this guy to play this masterpiece of a song. And his friend with the beer, is on the side, and he's really intently hearing the song. But Lily James really knocks it out of the park with her expressions and her demeanor the entire time. I mean, it is just beautiful. And Lily James is, of course, the love interest in the film. But it's also interesting because, I don't want to, probably I would be spoiling it. But the song is not just in this scene. The songs, the lyrics of it, the themes of it sort of permeate throughout the whole movie. I'm just going to say that. And so Lily James's expressions really hit home, but she just does a phenomenal job. I mean, she is literally the face. What she does exactly is how someone would react if they listened to Yesterday for the first time, if they had no recollection of if they had no idea who the fucking Beatles were, and they listened to this shit. That is what your reaction should be. And if it's not, there's something wrong with you. I don't know. I guess now it makes me think in my head, like, are the Beatles great, like, objectively, or are they great because, we've sort of put them on a pedestal, because of their history and their influence, you know what I mean? Like, is Yesterday such a beautiful work of art, as the main character said here? And even one of the friends was like, well, it's not Fix You by Coldplay. You know what I mean? So, like, it really this movie kind of puts the question out there of, like, do we just idolize and do we put these musical artists and these artists in general into a pedestal because of the culture and because of the craze around them, because of their history? But if they were to come out today, if that material would come out today, would we put it on a pedestal like we do? You know what I mean? Like, would we still put it on a pedestal? Would we still think it's one of the greatest songs ever written, right? I don't know. It's so weird, right? The movie just makes you kind of go into conflict with that. And especially in this scene with such a masterful song like this and presenting it to a group of people that have never, ever heard this song before, And there's a mixed response. Like, a lot of them were like, wow, that's one of the greatest songs ever. But not as great as Fix You. And then Lily James over here is just losing her shit, you know what I mean, internally. So it's really brilliant. It's this kind of subtle way of really tackling the question deeply about questioning our own biases and our own judgments of what is truly great art and what has just been hyped up because of history and influence, right? So it's really fascinating. But yeah, and I also love Himesh Patel's performance of Yesterday. I mean, throughout the whole movie, I actually thought his performance was kind of you know what I mean? Like, I just thought there wasn't, too much oomph to his performance. But at the same time, I thought it was actually probably on purpose. And it was interesting because he delivered the song in the most stereotypical, guy with a guitar, singer-songwriter-y way. You know what I mean? In 2023 or in 2019, it is the thing, it is cool to sound like this. You know what I mean? To sound pretty monotone, kind of lifeless a little bit, and just playing a really sappy song and a really well-written song at that. So I thought that his performance was interesting, and I think that given his performance and how sort of mundane it is and just, like, kind of basic, really interesting how the song still is so great, right? That's how you know that it's a really good song. But I thought the simplicity of him just kind of, just playing the song and singing it, not really trying too hard, and the song still carrying, and still resonating so well. And then I think the imagery of the beach and the people playing and the kids and the dog and just the simplicity and the simple shots of just sort of the background, the B-roll, but also occasional shots of distance, through a window or something like that. And it really shows the simplicity of what he's doing and how he's singing the song. The execution of this scene is really a parallel to the way that he sings the song and the way that he sings songs in general. Very, very basic, but there's a sort of longing to his performance. I will say that, especially here in this one. But the execution of the scene is very simple. Like I said, just a simple, beach gathering. You know what I mean? Simple hangout and just people enjoying themselves. Just pretty mundane stuff, right? But there is a sincerity and a genuineness and a beauty and a peacefulness to it. And with the song, I love the contradiction because the song is very somber. It's very beautiful. It's a very simple song, but a very powerful and efficient song. It is also incredibly deep. So I don't know. I think they just did a phenomenal job great complexity. Really just carried home at the end of the day by the song itself. And of course, then after the performance, we get a bunch of comedy from the longest running joke ever, I guess. Very special scene here that I really loved sharing with you all. Yeah, I think those are my thoughts on Yesterday, the scene where Yesterday is performed in the movie Yesterday. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Do you like this movie? Have you seen this movie at all? Are you interested? Do you like this scene? Do you agree with me? Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, of course. Share with your Yesterday Beatles loving friends or Beatles hating friends, if you will. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you, you beautiful creature. But other than that, I think that's it for me. You all take care, stay safe, and until next time, I love you.